So The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is Nintendo's biggest game this year, and it just came out a few days ago, and everybody seems to be really enjoying it online. I've seen so many really crazy videos of things that people have already made using the zoanite parts and all of that, and with all of this comes somebody who has already discovered a really insane glitch that allows you to be able to clone or duplicate pretty much any item that you want in the game. And of course, with a game as expansive as this, there are so many rare items that you can get, whether it's like really rare monster parts from defeating lynels that can make your weapons really powerful, or maybe it's like finding these dragon scales that are on these dragons that fly by at very specific times. It can be hard to get a lot of these items, and there aren't really super effective ways of farming them at the moment. So right now, people have discovered this really cool glitch that you can do to be able to clone these items and get a bunch of them really quickly. Now from the time that I'm making this video, the game is on version 1.1.0. This is the day 1 update that came out for the game on May 12th. If you're watching this video too far into the future, it is possible that the game may be on a later version and that Nintendo will probably have patched this out, because with the way that Nintendo works when it comes to these Zelda glitches, they do get patched out fairly quickly. I remember even with Breath of the Wild when it came out in March of 2017, there were a lot of glitches that people discovered to be able to farm arrows and things like that, and Nintendo pretty much patched those out within like a week or two of the game coming out, so you might not have too much time to be able to do this glitch inside of Tears of the Kingdom. And so at the end of this video, I will be showing you guys a trick that you can do to turn off auto updates on your Switch, and that way even if a patch does come out, you'll be able to keep doing this glitch on version 1.1.0, and then once you're done and satisfied, you can manually update the game to the latest version when you're ready to do so. Now the best part about this glitch is that you barely need to do any type of story progress if you want to be able to do it, so you don't have to worry about like completing like 1 or 2 of the temples or making a lot of story progress before you can actually do this. You can do this very early into the game, and really the only requirements that you have is that you need to have the fuse ability to be able to fuse items, so you do need to kind of get through like that early part of the game on the Great Sky Island to be able to unlock kind of these abilities, but the fuse one is really the only one that you need, so it might be possible that you could do this before even getting Ascend and Recall, and you could just have Fuse and Ultra Hand and still be able to do this. But of course, you're not really going to have access to that many rare items, so I would recommend pretty much once you have Fuse and then once you've actually gotten some rare items that you actually want to be able to clone, that's when it'll probably be the most fun. And really, besides that, the only other kind of requirement that you need to have is you need to be able to have at least 2 different bows. That's pretty much it. Like you can see here, I've got a lot of different bows right here, but if you have more than 1 bow, you're ready to be able to do this glitch. So it's some very simple requirements and you don't really have to worry about doing that much. Alright, so to actually do this glitch, it's not really super difficult to do, but the good news is that you can pretty much keep doing this glitch as much as you want, and even if you mess it up, you don't have to worry about losing any of your items or anything like that, so you can keep practicing this over and over until you get the hang of it. Now the first thing that we're going to do in order to do this glitch is we're going to press the ZR button to have Link pull out one of his bows, and we can see right here that he's taken it out, and then after that you're going to hold up on the D-pad to go into the fuse menu right here. Now all of these items that we see right here can be attached to our arrows to give them additional properties, so like if you attach a fire fruit to an arrow, we can make it into a fire arrow, a bomb flower will make it into a bomb arrow, and the good news is that any item that you see in this menu can also be cloned and you can get more of them. So really any item, like if you want to have multiple bomb flowers, you can do that. If you want to have just normal like materials like mushrooms and stuff like meats and honey, you could do it with that. Also, even rare items like these star fragments and rubies and topazes that can be really difficult to obtain, you can do that with these items too, and then sell them to make a lot of money if you want to do that. You can do it with monster parts if you want to have a lot of Keese eyeballs and Keese wings or horns and stuff, you can do it with that. Even like these really rare dragon scales that you can find on the dragons flying around in the world, you can do it with that as well. And even like these zoanite materials too at the end here, where like these zoanite charges, or like if you want to do it with these zoanite capsule things and you don't want to go through like the gacha machines and try to have like your luck being able to give you the ones that you want, you can clone them like that as well. So it's really up to you for what you want to clone. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to be using it with a bomb flower because I do want to have a lot of explosive arrows with me. So we can see right here that I have 5 bomb flowers with me right now. So I'm going to let go of up on the D-pad after having this one be the one that I have selected, and it's going to attach it to my arrow. We can see right here that the bomb flower is now attached to my arrow. After doing that, you're going to press the plus button, and we're going to go back into our menu right here, and the one that is highlighted in blue is of course going to be the bow that we have equipped right now. So once we have this one equipped, we're going to go to this one right here, and we're going to click on the drop button. So we're going to drop that bow right now, and we're going to go to another bow that we have, and we're just going to equip that one. So once we have this one equipped, the next part here is going to be the hardest part about this entire glitch, because what we're going to do is we're going to try to go and unpause this and then go back into this menu as fast as possible. So to do this, you're going to have to press the plus button 2 times really fast. And this can definitely take some practice to get used to. I've definitely seen some people kind of take a lot of practice to being able to get really good at doing it. The good news is that if you do mess it up, you don't have to worry about losing anything. You can just keep going back and ending up back to this part right here and keep practicing until you do it correctly. So we're going to go right now and press the plus button 2 times really fast, and it's going to do something like this. All right, so now that we have this one pressed 2 times, we can see right here that if we go to our bow, it does have a bomb flower still equipped to it, even though I just dropped the bomb flower a few seconds ago. So now once we have that, we're going to go to this bow that we have equipped, the second one, and we're going to also drop this one. So we're going to drop that on the ground too. And now we're going to go ahead and pick up another bow. So we'll just go ahead and equip this other bow that we have right now. Once you've done that, you can pretty much back out right here. We can turn around right now. Both of our bows should be on the ground, and you're just going to go ahead and pick both of them up. If you did this successfully, by pressing the up button on the D-pad now, you can see that I have a total of 6 bomb flowers, so I've successfully managed to clone an extra one, and really it only took a couple of seconds. So once you get really fast at pressing those plus buttons and you get really good at doing it, you can just keep doing this for any item that you want, and you can be able to clone a lot of them in just a couple of seconds. So this is a great glitch if you want to be able to clone or duplicate items, but is it possible to also be able to clone or duplicate your weapons, including like your swords or your shields or your bows? And the good news is that yes, you can, and it's also very similar to the glitch that I just showed you with the materials. So I'm going to be showing you guys how you can do that with your weapons too. So for this example, let's just press the plus button and go into the different weapons that I have. You can see right here that I don't really have any like crazy weapons. I'm actually still very early into the game. Like I haven't even done any of the temples or anything yet. So I'm still very early into the game, but I guess one of the coolest weapons that I have right now is this blue Boko blade. So let's say that I want to clone this and have another one. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and equip the one that you want to clone. So now that I've got this one equipped, what you're going to do now is you're going to press the R button and you're going to tab all the way over to this gear, and you're going to go ahead and save the game. So we're just going to save like that. And then after that, without pressing the B button, you're just going to go and press the L button and go back to your menus right here with all your different weapons. What you're going to do to that weapon that is equipped is you're going to drop it on the ground. So once you've dropped that on the ground, what you're going to do now is without leaving this menu, you're also going to equip any other weapon that you want. So for this example, let's just equip this rusty broadsword that I have right here. We're just going to go ahead and equip that. Once you've equipped that, you're going to do the exact same thing that you did like with the materials, which is pressing the plus button 2 times really fast. This can of course take a little bit of practice just like with the materials, but you're going to do that and get back to this menu really fast. So you're going to do something like this. Once you get back to this menu like this, what you're going to do now is you're going to drop the second equipped sword like this. So we're just going to drop the second one. And once you do that, you're just going to go ahead and tab on over with the R button, go back into the system option right here, and then you're going to go ahead and load the save that you just saved at. If you did this correctly, you're going to see that on the ground right here is going to be another one of those fused weapons. But you can see right here that the one I have equipped is also that same one. So there we go. We successfully cloned it, right? So now if I go ahead and pick this up, it's going to say here I can't carry any more items. So let's just drop that broadsword that I was using anyway. It's not that good. So there we go. Now if I equip that one, look at that. We got 2 of them right there. So this is how you can clone or duplicate the different weapons that you have. So you can do this with your swords, you can do it with your shields or your bows. So you can do that as well if you want to have them. And this was also one that I fused. So it's a fused weapon that I was able to clone. So you could do this with like a normal weapon. If you want to have just like other weapons that you want to be able to fuse into each other, you can do that as well. So it's really cool that you can do this as well. So yeah, that is basically how you can fuse weapons. Now, if you go into the system settings on your Nintendo Switch and go into system and then scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to get to this option right here that says auto update software. If you click on this button and turn it off, this is going to make it so that even if Nintendo does release a patch for Tears of the Kingdom, which fixes all of these glitches, it's not going to automatically update it to your game while your system is in sleep mode, because that's usually what happens where if you're sleeping at night or something and your system is still connected to the internet and a patch comes out, the system will just automatically download it and install it while you're doing something else, so that the next time you turn on your game, it'll already be updated. But this way you can turn it off so that if that does happen, you don't have to worry about it, and you can keep doing this glitch as much as you want on this version that you currently have. And when you're finally ready to update it, you can just go ahead and go into basically the option right here on your game icon, press the plus button, and then go into the software update and manually do it yourself by this. So you can just do that when you're ready to update it, even if a patch comes out, so you don't have to worry about the game just doing it by itself. And that way you can still keep cloning and duplicating items for as long as you want. And so yeah, there you go guys, that is pretty much how you can clone or duplicate any item as well as your weapons inside of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If this video did help you guys out, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well, as I'm going to be having a lot more Nintendo videos very soon. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.